Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Caradonna Master Series. Today, we are very fortunate to have our good friends from Buddy Dive presenting with our host, Tina Wall. And Tina, go ahead and take us to Bon Air. After the presentation, we'll come back on and our VP, Cami Akins, will do a question and answer session. All righty, Tina, go ahead.
Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome from live in Buddy Dive in Bon Air. We have a nice little video here to remind you about why diving at Buddy Dive and on Bon Air is awesome. Also for you who've never been here, to get you excited about maybe coming down. I hope you enjoy the quick peek, and then I will be here to chat with you about what's going on and all the cool stuff that's been happening on the island since you've last been here. See you in a second. Videos playing.
Okay, Tina, we're ready for you to stream live from Bonaire.
Excellent. So again, good afternoon, everybody from Buddy Dive Resort on Bonaire. Thank you for joining me and Caradonna today to talk to you about what's been going on at Buddy Dive since you've been away or since we've been cut off from the world during COVID. Again, my name is Tina-Wall. I'm a dive instructor here at Buddy Dive, and I also get a chance to play a bit with the social media. And again, I'm super happy to be talking to you today about what I know and get to play with every day here, which is Buddy Dive, right? So we're going to talk about the updates that have been going on at the resort and also updates that we've been making to our diving check-ins and procedures. We're also going to talk about COVID procedures at Buddy Dive Resort and what you can expect once you're here on the island. And then I think you guys have some questions that you might be building up from not being able to talk to us for such a long time. So we'll be happy to answer them for you. Before we do all that, for those of you who maybe don't know about Bonaire or don't know about Buddy Dive, allow me to introduce ourselves. Bonaire is a small island located off the coast of Venezuela in the Southern Caribbean. Bonaire is a Dutch island, so we're also known as the Dutch Caribbean. We speak a lot of different languages here. We speak Dutch, Papiamento, Spanish, and English. English is my best. Overall, it's a fantastic destination for divers and anybody who's a water lover and wants to just get away and really relax. It's always sunny. The conditions are always great. So really and truly, it is a great bet for vacation. Bonaire is also known as Divers Paradise. We have the marine park, which is called Sinapa, and it's been running since the 1970s. And due to their efforts, we have really beautiful and healthy reefs. Bonaire itself has a surrounding reef system going around the entire island, as does Klein Bonaire, which is a small island located off the coast of Bonaire, not too far for boats at all, very comfortable ride. There are 60 plus dive sites on the main island of Bonaire, and there are 26 right off of Klein Bonaire as well. So there's tons of diving to be had. Diving here is great and lends itself to all different levels of certification. So if you're new to diving, it's an excellent place for you to come and test out your skills. If you're more advanced or even a professional diver, it's a place for you to get away and have as many adventures that you can possibly think of. We also have unlimited access diving and snorkeling year round due to the fact that we have just great conditions. So really it is a fantastic place to come and play. A few fun facts about Buddy Dive. We've been operating for the past 40 years. We're a little proud of that. That's pretty awesome. We're centrally located on the island, a little bit north of Kralendijk, which means we're never too far away from anything or any of the dive sites. We have 73 apartments, which are 1, 2, or 3 bedroom, and all of them have a kitchen. The resort is set up with divers in mind, which means that there's easy access to shore diving from our dock facilities right behind me and below me. And also we have a drive-through which is set up close to the entrance for you to take your tanks easily to do your offshore diving and exploration of the island. Yeah, so that's some fun stuff happening. And other amenities that we have going on at Buddy Dive are we have a fleet of rental cars that you can use for all of your shore diving purposes. So they're perfectly set up for diving. The resort has 2 pools. One of them happens to also still be a pool bar, which is always a good place to have a little fun and cool off. We also have 2 beach lounge areas raised above the ocean. So you're guaranteed to have great breezes as well as wonderful views of the dive operation and the boats in the ocean. And we have 2 different restaurants. So we have Blenny's and we have Ingredients. And of course, we have our top-notch dive operation that I get to work with every day. Our dive operation offers it all to pretty much any kind of diver that we have. We have a large fleet of boats, 6 in total. We have a full setup down on our dock with a tank fill station located to the shore, as well as a retail shop and a rental service right off the water. So it's easy for you to get in and out, get your rental equipment, switch out weights, all kinds of fun stuff while you're here diving. And we're a PADI Career Development Center. So that means that we can teach you how to dive, and we can also teach you how to teach other people how to dive, and everything and anything in between. So we really have quite the full service when it comes to the academics and making sure you reach your goals in education here if you wish. For those people who might be out there interested in tech diving, Bonaire is an awesome tech diving location. And we have Buddy Dive Tech, which is a full service tech center set up by our drive-through. We can provide rentals for doubles, wings, and also technical rigging. We can provide any fills that are necessary for tech diving, and we're also closed circuit friendly. So we can handle anything for CCR divers as well. So in review of our facility here, we really do offer it all, and we keep trying to expand to give our guests exactly and everything that they want. Mostly through the weeks, our guests are off diving on the boats in the mornings or in the afternoons, or they're diving off of our dock and enjoying our lovely house reef right behind me, or they're driving around the island and having a great time shore diving everywhere that they can think of. So it really is a lot of diving here for people who want to get that in their vacation. For the past 15 months, we have felt very far away. We have been open here on the island. However, we have been closed to direct flights. So it's been very, very difficult for our friends and diving family to be able to come back to see us like we rely on and enjoy every year. Direct flights began to come back from the US June 5th. That was a great day, and every day after has been also great. American Airlines is coming in from Miami on Saturdays, and Delta is coming in from Atlanta. And all in all, it's absolutely fantastic to have our guests and divers back diving with us. We're seeing our familiar faces. Everyone's having a great time. It almost feels like nothing has really happened, even though so much has happened since all of this began last February and March. So it's really wonderful to have our American diving friends back on island with us easily. Since we reopened to direct flights, it's been great, and it's been busy, and it's been fun. Guests are having a great time. Everything is going really well. The boats are going out every morning and diving, and also going out in the afternoon every day of the week. So we're back to pretty much normal operations. The drive-through for shore diving activities is open again from 8 until 5, and guests are driving around shore diving, which is wonderful as well. So again, honestly, life on Bonaire is back to how life on Bonaire should be, and at Buddy Dive, exactly the same. So we're really pleased with how everything's going. While we were shut down, we took advantage of this time, and we did some updates to the resort and to our diving and to our dive operation to better help our guests enjoy their vacation once they're here on island, and to better make it easy for our guests when they come check in. So we really put a lot of effort into making it more accessible for you all when you arrive. And I think there's several nice updates, so we're really happy with them. One of the first updates, and probably our favorite place to hang out, at least as the dive staff, is the fire pit area. It used to be located where we had the playground. The playground has now been moved further south on the resort. And now it is a fire pit area, and it's super comfy, and it lights up the night and makes the evenings very, very cool to hang out and enjoy a extended happy hour, or just a really nice place to spend some time with friends. So that's beautiful. And that's located right next to our other renovation and update, which happens to be Blenny's. So Blenny's restaurant is a total remodel, and it is beautiful. They really made it much more spacious. And it has a brand new roof, a larger bar, a wider barbecue area. It's fantastic. So it's very, very open and airy and casual and lovely. And of course, the view, we didn't change at all because we didn't have to. So you can still sit out on the beach and enjoy the view there. Blenny's also now is hosting theme nights. So we have a pizza night, a steak night, an all-you-can-eat ribs night, and of course, our Friday barbecue night with music from Moogie. So those are some fun things that you can look forward to, and some good eats while you're here on the island. And of course, enjoy a fantastic sunset or two. They're also open every day for lunch and dinner. So if you're not going to join for a theme night, you have good lunch access as well as dinner access. Another eating area that we decided to update was the breakfast area. So the breakfast area went through a renovation. It's very swanky, and hopefully I can show you in a little bit of a walkabout, not too much. But we decided to close in the surrounding area and put in basically wall-to-wall windows. So you have the exact same views, you just now get to be refreshingly cool with air conditioning. So that's quite nice. We can still smell breakfast in the morning, and it still smells amazing. And we're offering our full buffet from 6:30 until 10 every day. So the breakfast area is a nice update in addition to the property, I think. So now we get to go and talk about dive updates. So we definitely took the time to update the retail shop. So it has a new floor and it got some new trendiness to it, a little bit of industrial Caribbean chic going on. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. And then we also updated our dock. And our dock is now gigantic. That's the only way to describe it. We only added 8 feet to the width as well as the length, but it is huge and it's perfect for the boats and our guests. There's tons of space for everyone to walk around very comfortably and easily and maneuver around each other. So it's fantastic. And I'll definitely show that to you in a second. So overall, those are nice updates that we've been seeing. Another important update that we've done is we have decided to finally go digital. So when I talk about digital, we have changed our check-in procedures at the dive shop, and now we offer digital sign up for our guests to allow guests a speedier check-in, the ability to maybe not have such close contact, especially as we're still continuing to deal with COVID. And it's working out really, really well. So basically what you do is you sign up digitally. You'll show your proof of certification. Basically, you take a picture of your certification card while you're signing up, and then we have this on file. Your agents at Caradonna have the link. They can easily help you do this or send it to you. It's not too difficult at all, and it really, really speeds up your check-in process. In case you don't have time to do it before you arrive or you totally forget because you're on vacation mode, it's not a problem. We have the links in the rooms, and we also have QR codes stationed around our dive shop so that you're able to easily set up to the link and get yourself signed in at any time. Yeah, so it's pretty easy. Another update that's happened, it's not too recent, but it's still nice to touch on, is that Stanapa, our marine park, has also gone digital. So at this point in time, the marine park fee needs to be paid online with them. Caradonna also has the links to the marine park, so they can send that to you. It's also very easy to do to set up. And then what will happen is you get a QR code, and the QR code is what you'll print out, and that is your proof that you carry with you to prove that you've purchased your marine park for your vacation. Again, a simple thing to do. And last on our digital renovations of Buddy Dive is we've created the digital boat sign up. So for guests who are not traveling with a group and have booked boat diving packages, which is a very popular option, they will be signing up for their dives in our dive shop, in which case this allows them the chance to see the schedule for the week and make their decisions ahead of time so they know their plan for the whole week. So far, it's been working out really well for our guests. They're very happy. They don't have to worry about some rain coming along and maybe changing chalk on our old chalkboard. So the digital sign up is quite nice. For groups or people who are trip leaders, in this case, the dive shop staff is still handling your boat lists. As you have pre-scheduled and predetermined boat dives, we will be handling that for you. You don't need to worry about that at all. So all in all, that's going really well, and it's a nice change. Another thing that's been going on here, of course, while we have been isolated from the world, was the reef renewal project still continued. So here at Buddy Dives Reef, we have a new addition of things happening here. And Reef Renewal Foundation Bonaire actually just ended up outplanting a whole bunch of their larva propagation program. So they have created these discs that resemble stars, and they have been specially created by their partners at Secor in Curacao. And these discs are hosting basically the baby larva of the grooved brain corals. So in this case, we have placed these discs, or they have placed these discs all out on Buddy's Reef. So if you happen to see these, we will be showing them to you during your orientation to remind you, please don't touch them. They are actually baby corals in the process of growing. So that's something that is happening out underwater that you can look for and understand the process of what's going on. It's quite cool. And then hopefully in time, they will become gigantic brain corals, which would be amazing, yeah? Other than that, our nursery here, we have a nursery, of course, for the elkhorn and the staghorn corals, as well as the boulder star corals, and they're doing all very well. And through the COVID time period where we were shut down, we were continuing to add on to our restoration site. So that's getting larger and larger and equally beautiful. So that will be something that's really nice for you to see when you get a chance to come back. You can see how much the restoration is growing. Okay, so now it's time to talk about COVID and Bonaire and getting to Bonaire. And it's important that everybody understands that COVID is an ongoing thing, and it's constantly changing, and the rules are constantly changing. So it's very important that you stay in contact with your agent to make sure that you're getting the up-to-date information. I'm going to tell you the information that I have currently as of today. So right now, guests that arrive to Bonaire still need to be tested. I know that there's a rumor going around that hopefully that won't be the case. We'll see how that goes. At this point in time, even if you've been vaccinated, you still need to be tested to arrive onto Bonaire. So you can still do the 72-hour PCR test, which needs to be done within the 72 hours before you land on Bonaire, not before you board the plane. So that's something that's really important to realize. And if you do the 72-hour PCR test, once you're on the island and you're at the airport, you will do the antigen test there. And you can actually sign up for this ahead of time or prearrange it by going to the bonairecrisis.com. And they have a Bonaire Safety Travel app, which allows you to sign up for this. And then you get your antigen test done there, and then off you pop on your way to Buddy Dive, woohoo, which is great. Or you can still do your 24-hour test. And once you have that, you arrive on Bonaire and you're free to move about the island safely. Yeah. COVID procedures at Buddy Dive. Okay. So when you check into the dive shop, because our dive shop for diving is kind of small, we're asking that guests wear a face mask, simply because it's going to be more people all together at one time. So we ask that you wear the face mask when you come in to do your either a quick check-in or you do your check-in process with the dive shop there. The numbers on Bonaire right now are currently low, which is great. And because of that, a lot of shops in town are not requiring guests or tourists or even locals and islanders to wear face masks. I would advise you, it's not a bad idea to just bring them in case, because again, it's due to the current situation. So if the situation should change, then it's nice that you're prepared ahead of time and it's not too much of a hassle for you. Dealing with COVID, the beauty of Bonaire is everything is outside, everything. Most restaurants are outside, most eating is outside, diving is happening outside, boat diving is happening outside, shore diving is happening outside, so everything is outside here. Of course, we're encouraging social distancing. We've made some measures here in our dive operation and around the resort where we have lots of hand sanitizer stations. So in this case, if you were to go to Blenny's and go in for dinner, you could sanitize your hands. If you were to come to Ingredients and have dinner, you can sanitize your hands before you come in. When you come down onto the dock, we have a hand sanitizing station near the tank room. We have one when you walk directly into the dive shop. We also have hand sanitizer on the boat. So again, we're taking the extra steps to try to keep ourselves in good hygiene. As for social distancing on the boats, again, the boats are outside, and due to the situation right now, the boats are going out with normal numbers. So we're taking about 16 people out. We're encouraging social distance on there. We're having a great time, and we're underwater blowing bubbles, so it's fantastic. For groups and those traveling with groups, if they're comfortable, we can take up to 24 people on the boat. That's the group's choice and decision, in which case we've already been doing that with some of our groups, and they're having a great time as well. A final step that's kind of important, and that would be COVID with rental equipment, is the rental equipment goes through several stages of cleaning before we give it out. So upon returning your equipment, you won't see it happen, but we are going to be doing the strict cleaning measures that we feel we need to do to make sure that it's safe to go out to the next rental. So that's an extra step that's happening as well. Yeah. Lastly, let's talk about COVID testing and departures. Not that you're not even here yet. We shouldn't be talking about departures, but it's important to know what's going on, right? So for guests who are leaving on Saturdays, which would be the direct flight, COVID testing is done directly at the resort. So basically what will happen is when you arrive to the resort, you'll be given a link, and through that link, you can sign up and you make your appointment time for your COVID testing. The COVID testing is done at our reception area or the front desk above it. And when you come for COVID testing on that Friday afternoon, it's very important that you wear a face mask and you have your passport. Upon the time that you sign up for your testing, you're going to be paying for the test, and the test costs $65. So that's going to be all taken care of by the time that you go up to get your testing done. For guests who are leaving during the week, in this case, you can arrange it through the front desk, and they will help you get the testing site set up. But most guests will be coming down on the direct flights anyway. Yeah. The test results takes 3 hours, which is super fast. Yay! To get, and you'll get the results via email. So that makes it very easy for you to know what's happening. So COVID, all in all, on the island, things are really going well. Guests are doing a good job to help and pay attention, and to be considerate of each other, as well as, of course, our staff. So that's really nice to see. Again, the COVID numbers are down on the island right now, so the island is really safe, and it's very nice for the island. It's nice to see people gathering together again and having good times. And of course, we're going to strive to keep it this way. And should the situation change, we will adjust with it and make sure to keep our friends at Caradonna informed, and everybody informed as best as possible, you know? What kind of questions do we have? Any questions? No questions?
Thank you, Tina. Cammie will come on in a minute. What a full of information and excitement of this presentation. Thank you so much. You can see the wind a little bit. It's streaming. We were going to do a walk around the property, but because of the wind, Tina was losing some of our Wi-Fi connections.
But I can show you the ocean if you want.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, you ready to see it? Look at that.
Oh, how nice. Oh,
there's some
I'm
guys
jealous.
down there waving. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's calm. It's blue. It's beautiful, right?
So we will upload this to our YouTube channel so that you can watch again, and it will be streaming live all weekend on Facebook. But and there's so much information there. I'm sure you all want to listen to it again. But Cammie, you can come on now and address some of the questions. We had a lot of questions from our audience. Thank you for participating, everyone. And Tina, thank you. So Cammie, come on and join us.
Hi, Tina.
Hi, Cammie.
Thank you for that quick little view, my little glimpse of Bonaire. We miss it.
your glimpse of the sea.
Yes. So I have to tell you, number one, as far as comments and questions, you're extremely popular. Buddies is extremely popular. I got so many little hearts, and people are like, I miss you. So John Crook says, hi, Tina. Amy says, we miss you. Charlotte Powell says, we love Buddy Dive, best dive staff, best resort. Christy Arwood said, can't wait to see you in 40 days. So like tons of people just posting. Doris, I took a group there, so great. Just lots of really, really nice feedback from people that can't wait to get back down there.
That's what we like to hear.
That's number one. So just some questions and clarifications. I think that we had that the exit test was $75 and you could charge it to your room. But it sounded like you said $65 and now you pay for it. Is that changing? I mean, I know I believe constantly changing.
That's a good question.
Okay.
I will have to get back to you on that.
Okay, and we can post it on Facebook. What we had was that it was $75 and that they would charge it to the room. So I will go with the higher rate for now, and if we find it's lower, we'll update our website.
I just got a message saying it's $65.
Oh, fabulous. Okay, even better. And then you did mention that currently you have to take a PCR test or the antigen test upon arrival. We're hoping that goes away with the vaccine. It is supposed to be happening. It's still not quite official yet. But there is a cost for that antigen test. It is $47.50. And I think there's a small credit card fee. So it's about $49, just for clarification.
Okay.
And I've had many people say, well, why is the test to get in 47 and the test to get out is 65 or 75? It just is right now. That's the cost that the facility is charging, but things are changing constantly. So those test prices could certainly change. And, you know, hopefully testing goes away. So just to clarify that things are changing.
Once we get confirmation about that, we will, of course, let everybody know.
I'm
And you, of
sure.
course.
Yes, and same here. We'll post it on our website, and we also monitor the bonaircrisis.com website, as I'm sure you guys do, to keep up with all the latest things going on. So the questions are coming fast and furious right now. So one of the latest ones, John Crook just said, is there a curfew right now?
No, there's no curfew that I know of.
Okay. Some people are quite upset about the fact that we're saying that the marine park fee is now digital. You go online, you pay your $45 marine park fee. Do you no longer get a little plastic tag that you stick on your PC?
So what you can do is they still offer the plastic tag, but they don't offer it through the dive operations anymore. So for our guests who want to get their tag, they can go to the marine park headquarters and they can get the tag there. Also, for guests who do not want to do it digitally, they can also purchase the marine park fee at the headquarters and be issued the tag directly.
Great. We have some people that really like to keep those as souvenirs. So
of course, I understand. I had quite a collection myself.
Yeah, right. Same here. We love that you're saving plastic. We're all happy about that. But for somebody who really would like to have it as a souvenir, they still can.
They can still get it. Yeah.
Great. Bruce Campbell asked if you do any black water dives. And so that kind of led to another question, like the fluoro dives or the wild side dives. Can you tell us a little bit more about like specialty dives?
For sure. So black water dives, we don't offer right now. We tend to offer them when Ned and Anna are here, but we don't offer black water dives. We do offer a few different types of night diving. So for guests who've never done a night dive, we can offer a guided dive experience for them right off the shore here. We also offer ostracod diving, which is a pretty cool event where you have tiny crustaceans that live in soft corals that do an amazing light show of love and mating. And they do this every full moon cycle. So we're able to offer that at certain times in the month around the full moon so that you can see this phenomenal thing. It's absolutely fantastic. Fluorescent night diving, I think we have the ability to do it a little bit. And it's also awesome. I'd actually have to find out about the access to the lights and if we still have access to them. So I'd actually have to get back to you on that.
Gotcha. And along that same line, somebody just posted a question about the salt pier, which would go in effect with the town pier as well. It used to be you had to have permission of the harbor master to do that as a shore dive, and it had to be guided. Is that still the same? Can you still do those
town
dives?
pier is still closed.
Okay.
And they're not offering permissions. Salt pier is wide open and you don't have to have permission. You just need to make sure that there's not a boat there. If there's a boat there, of course, you cannot dive it. If there is no boat there, have at it. It's absolutely fantastic. And right now it's hosting a lot of turtle activity. So Salt Pier is definitely diveable and is still one of my favorites. And of course, many of our other guests' favorites too.
Somebody asked about construction at Salt Pier. I don't know about that. Maybe you do.
There was some construction going on, in which case they closed down the pier. But I was there yesterday and people were going and diving and I didn't notice any construction. So I don't believe they're doing much construction on the pier right now.
Okay. Debbie Fishman posted, do you have to have a pass for the marine park in order to dive? So maybe you could just explain a little bit diving and snorkeling and how that's required.
Yes, so the marine park, if you want to go and partake of anything in the water, you need to purchase a marine park fee. So for those people diving, they need to purchase the diving fee. And for snorkelers, they can purchase the snorkeler fee. And then I think if you've done the diver fee, you also have access to Washington's Logby Park. And yeah, I think you need to check on their digital sign up now, if you wanted to get into the park. If not, it's a very small fee that you can pay there if you need to do an upgrade. But yeah, the marine park is a must for all of our divers because of course they're protecting our environment and making sure that it stays beautiful for us to continue to use.
Great. Wanda Kelly says, how's the Wi-Fi? So we are truly streaming live right now, Wanda. We've had a little, if you get away from one of the Wi-Fi signals, you could certainly lose signal. It could be a little laggy, but I'll let you address that.
Yeah, so the Wi-Fi is going really good. We just have some areas that I call, knock on wood right now, that I call dead zones. So if you're walking around property and you're trying to do, I don't know, a presentation, it might come in or out. But if you're just doing your normal stuff and you're sitting in one spot and you're chilling, it's totally fine. You can stream Netflix sometimes. I'm on no problems whatsoever. Also, I've been quite impressed with our Wi-Fi lately on Buddy Dive, so that's a good thing.
Perfect, good. And let's see, a couple other questions. You mentioned about wearing a mask. If you go to a local, like in-town restaurant or grocery store, are they, I know you said some stores are, some aren't.
So the main grocery stores right now don't seem to be making or requiring people to wear masks. Some of the smaller stores seem to be, you'll see like they'll post it on the door if they're requiring masks or not.
Gotcha.
But right now, most people aren't. I was in the grocery store and I think I was the only person wearing a mask today, and most of the guests were not. So again, it's just more just in case if things were to change while you were on island, it doesn't take you off guard, you know, that, you know, of course, COVID is still happening. And of course, we're still trying to keep the public safe. So if you had it, if you happen to bring some with you, or you had like reusable ones, that would be awesome, because then you're prepared for it and it doesn't take you from the side, you know?
Perfect. And then you did mention that you now have all these digital processes, which I think is great. It's a great way for everybody to check in. But do you still have the chalkboard for the boats then, or you're not using that system at all? We have a couple people that are like, no more chalkboard. They're very
no
upset
more
about
chalkboard.
That. And
yeah,
then,
it was a historic day when we took it down. I was also a little sad. Several of us were a little bit like, okay. But no, so the chalkboard is gone. We have a board that will go up there that I think a lot of those people also appreciate later. That will just be more informational. But no, the chalkboard has been updated to the digital boat sign up.
Got it. And that goes along with the next question. Exactly. They were asking if there's a critter board or a sighting board, and where's the best place to see a frogfish and a seahorse, and those great questions.
Well, right now, we are trying to find all those creatures again because we haven't been able to dive so much, right? So we are on the hunt looking for them. We had a frogfish off our house reef for a little bit during COVID, and I had a good time enjoying him. He's very tiny. And then we also had, let's see what else. We had an eagle ray hanging out in our restoration area, a nice little one that was cruising around for a while. I've heard rumors that there's mantas cruising around up by Carpata. Of course, right now we're in full swing turtle season, so we have little greens and hawksbill turtles kind of swimming around. We also had one hanging out on our reef here as well. But as for the frogfish and the seahorses, we are still looking for them and slowly beginning to find them as we are making more and more dives back out on the boats and from shore diving.
And that was actually one of the very first questions somebody asked about that, is like, how, you know, have things been better underwater with the lack of divers during this kind of like downtime? Do things look better to you, or just still as good as they always did? Of course,
the answer has to be no, because we miss the divers, right? I mean, we can go and enjoy the underwater world, but if no one's there to see it with you, like, it kind of defeats the purpose. Some interesting notes that I've seen is, yes, the shallows have recovered a little bit. There's a lot more we actually have some soft corals growing in the shallows at Buddy Dive. But more impressively, I was actually out on Sharon Serenity last week, and the shallows there are unrecognizable. They have so much soft coral growing now, where before it was nothing but nursery and little fire coral, and like, yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So North Klein has recovered quite a bit in the time from when I was diving it last year to diving it now. So that's definitely a noticeable change and absolutely beautiful.
That's great. And then I had a couple people, the staff's been helping answer as well, like long-term stays. Are you having more people that are staying for long-term? Is there a length of stay that you can stay? I thought you were allowed 6 months entry when you enter the country as a tourist. I don't even know if you're 100% sure on the answer to that.
I always thought it was 90 days.
Okay, it could be as well.
So I thought it was 90 days that you could stay, which is 3 months. So that's quite a bit of time that you can have. And I think that you're allowed to be on the island without living here for up to 6 months. But again, that's just maybe in Tina's world. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but for sure, definitely 90 days on the American passport, you can stay here. And if you want to do that, you book it through Caradonna and you get yourself set up.
Right, exactly. We'll help you with a long-term stay, no problem. So the only other thing I would just generally mention, which no one asked, the flights have been slightly expensive lately. Bonaire has only officially reopened as of June 5th with nonstop service from the United States. So everybody's very anxious to get there. And some people are getting a little discouraged that the airfare is so expensive. And I think it's just a rush of everybody wanting to get in. We are seeing some midweek dates that are a little helpful, like Wednesday to Wednesday. Next year, there's quite a few midweek options. United is going to resume service on November 6th currently. So just bear with us. I think things will get better because things have just literally reopened last month to nonstop US arrivals. So it's coming.
I think it's also important to remember it's high season, it's summertime. So it's the time when everyone wants to travel everywhere. And it's the same time I have to travel with my family and my kids. And we always have quite high airfare trying to get from Bonaire to the US. So it just kind of seems to roll with these months anyway. But yeah, I would agree with you. Stay patient. You will get here, I promise. And we swear we won't move the island or change and move the address of Buddy Dive. We'll stay right here and we will wait for you to come back.
You guys do an amazing job, and that's apparent by all this love and all these comments. I would be here all day if I read them all. So I'm going to try to answer them after the presentation. So I'll wrap that up with my questions, but thank you so much, Tina. We missed it down there. We all miss Bonaire. We're so anxious to get back.
Well, we look forward to having you guys here, and everybody, thank you for tuning in and caring about us. It really meant a lot. Especially when we felt so very, very, very far away and isolated. It was really nice to know that you guys were out there thinking about us, loving us, and missing us as much as we were missing you. It really helped us get through a long 15 months. And hopefully we'll make up for it once you get back here, and it'll be just like it never happened.
Thank you, Tina. And thanks to all the Buddy Dive staff. We love you all. And hopefully we can get a presentation for Belmar, which we had kind of promised on the initial, but it was just too much information. But Tina, you should be a local newscaster. You did a great job.
Well, I'll be happy to help you
much.
talk about Belmar next time. Take care, and tell America hello for me, and I'll make sure to tell Bonaire hello for you. Hello, Bonaire, from everyone. Yeah. Here, I'll let you see it as you go.
All righty. Oh. We miss it.
Say bye-bye. All right, guys. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Thanks so much,
Bye.
Tina. Bye.
Bye.